Hello and welcome to CloudFolks Hub. My name is Bhavesh Atara. My previous video was all about use case of CloudWatch Logs. Now we know that CloudWatch Logs is used to store logs generated from various AWS services or application. Now, in this video, we will understand how we can store logs inside CloudWatch Logs. Let's start. Right now, I am inside CloudWatch Logs, and here we have log management. We will get all the logs from the log management. If you look at over here, it is completely blank because I don't have any services with CloudWatch Logs enabled. In the first part of this video, we will enable CloudWatch Logs for Lambda function. Then we will go for the EC2 instance as well. But I'm going to start with Lambda function. Now, to generate logs from Lambda function, I have to create Lambda function, right? So I'm going to the Lambda. Here, I don't have any function. So I'm going to the dashboard and I'm going to click on create function. Here I have to give name. Let's assign name test CloudWatch. You can give any name. I have this code into the Python 3.12. So I'm going to choose this and read this line. Here by default, Lambda will create execution role with permission to upload logs to CloudWatch Logs. You know, previously you have to add role manually. You have to create one Lambda execution role and then you have to attach it. So it was manual process. If you forget to attach Lambda execution role, you will not get any logs inside CloudWatch Logs. But now it's default permission. So we do not need to do anything. We just need to create our function. So I'm just going to click on create function. Your function will get permission to store all the logs inside CloudWatch Logs. So we are now going with Lambda execution role as a default permission. Okay. So simply going to create function. Now we needed code for this function. Here I have gist. I will provide link of this gist into the description. You can also get this function. Here you have to open this gist, use Ctrl A, copy, Ctrl C, and then go to your Lambda function code. Here we have this code. Just need to remove existing hello world code and paste this new code. Once you paste this, you have to deploy this. So deploy your code, updating the function. And now we are going to test this. Okay. So in order to test this, you need to click on test. Here you need to create test event. Let's say that my test. Save this event and click test. And here you will get executing function. Function execution is actually successful. And here we are getting all the logs. Look, these are the logs which is already delivered to CloudWatch Logs. Now you will get same into the CloudWatch log group. Lambda will create log group automatically. So we just need to refresh. And here we got it. AWS Lambda. This is my function name. And if I'm going to see inside, I will get log stream. You need to click on this and you will get all the details. Look, this is a Lambda function started, validation request, CloudFolks student. This is a warning log for demo purpose. This is a sample error log for the demo. So whatever the output that we have decided, we are getting all the detail about this function into the log. Here you can find out that specific line as well. So you have facility to search. So if I'm going to search test CloudWatch, here we have like, we are not able to get specifically a special character. So I'm just going to get simple process, right? Let's find out CloudFolks student. And I'm able to get two lines in which we have CloudFolks student written. Look, CloudFolks student, and here we have CloudFolks student as well. So you can search logs easily. Now, some of you must have one question. After testing this function, whatever the log we are generating, we all are getting over here. So why we need to store into the CloudWatch? right? First of all, CloudWatch will provide a centralized repository. Second, if you will not test it directly, and if you have function URL, and if you run your function through the URL, you will not get any output over here. In this case, you can test your output inside CloudWatch Log. I'm just going to provide you a practical demo so you will get better idea about it, right? See what I'm doing. I am going to the function, then going to the configuration, and then I'm going to provide function URL. So let me click on create function URL. I don't want any authorization, so I'm just going to choose none and save. Now we have URL. Whenever I will use this URL, it will execute my function. Okay. And I will use this URL from the browser. So whatever the function output, I can test it into the log group. Now how we can test it? Look, here we have this particular stream. Okay. If you look at over here, in last 1 minute, we don't have any log generated. These logs are actually generated at 7:29, means at 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Okay, when I am recording this video, but before 1 minute, I don't have any log generated from this particular function, right? Now what I am doing, I'm just going to paste this URL into the browser, and when I will press enter, it will execute this function, and whatever the log we have, we will get it inside CloudWatch log group. Here I am getting this function detail, and if I'm going to the CloudWatch log group, and if I'm going to refresh this, and in 1 minute I got this. Now look, this is the execution time 7:33, and I'm getting latest output of my function. Okay, now here CloudWatch log group would be better, and you have all the logs, so you, whenever you want to troubleshoot, you are able to troubleshoot very easily. Now this is all about Lambda. I want you to understand one more CloudWatch log process, and for this we needed EC2 instance. So Lambda function, it is working very well, no need to worry about it. Now let's go to the EC2. Here I'm going to create one EC2 instance. Okay, so instance I don't have any, so I'm just going to launch instance. Let's say that my server. I'm going to choose Amazon Linux T2 Micro. If you have T3 Micro free eligible, you can choose this. You have to choose your existing key. We have default VPC. Now what I'm doing, I'm not going to allow SSH, right? I'm not going to allow SSH. It means after creating this instance, if I will try to access this instance using SSH, it will not allow me. Okay, so let's launch this instance. Now, it's sure that it will not allow me to access this EC2 instance, but how you can find out that somebody is actually trying to access your EC2 instance through the SSH and it was rejected? How you can find out it, right? So for this, we have to enable VPC flow log. We can enable VPC flow log for our VPC, for our subnet, or even for our ENI. So to make the process simple, I am going to allow VPC flow log for this particular EC2 instance only. So in order to do this, I have to go to the instances. 1 second, right? And we have to find out one ENI, but no need to worry, we will find out it really easily. We are going to the network interface. Right now, I have only one EC2 instance. So this is actually ENI of this particular EC2 instance, right? And you need to select this. And here you will get this option related to flow log. You will also get from here, look, we have this flow log. Right now I'm going to click on create flow log. You can give name. Let's say that my server. Now look, here we have filter, accept, reject, all. If we will not filter, we will get thousands of logs and it will be hard for us to find out. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to say that I want only reject logs. Okay, I want you to aggregate in 1 minute and look at here what I'm getting sent to the CloudWatch Logs. Means all the logs, reject log will be in the CloudWatch Logs, right? Now here we need to choose our log group. We have one log group, but it is actually created for Lambda. So I don't want to touch this, otherwise it will mix everything, and that's why I'm just going to create new log group. It is also very important for us to create log groups so you can find out that each log group will have different retention period. We can also set up KMS keys for this. So I'm just going to create log group. Here I'm giving name simple. I'm creating this for EC2. Here we have retention setting. I'm going to say that remove this log after 5 days automatically. Log class, I want to go with the standard. I don't want to set up any KMS, and create. And here I got this EC2. Keep this in mind, both of this log group having different retention period. Here it is a never expire. This is for 5 days. So based on your leg retention or security requirement, you can create different log groups, right? Okay. Now here I am going to refresh this. And here I am going to choose EC2. I am going to say that create IAM role automatically. Why? Because this role allowing our EC2 instance to store the logs into the CloudWatch log group, right? AWS default format, and create flow logs. Now, all the rejected logs will be forwarded to the CloudWatch. So we will get it over here inside EC2. Now we want to test specifically for our IP. So what I'm doing, I'm going to open command prompt.
Thanks for watching. To continue learning AWS with structured lessons, real labs, practice tests, and live sessions with Bhavesh Atara, join our full course at www.cloudfolkshub.com. For any help, call 982-575-7737. All course details are provided in the description.